Hello, I hope that you are having just a great day today. Today I'm taking a look at Barry Malzberg's short story from 1985 called Away. It's a page short story in my collection. It's the third short story in my collection actually, by Barry, as you can see here. In my collection, I'll link you to this collection in the comments below. I read it last night for the first time. I won't take up too much of your time with it, as it's very short. I mean, it'll take you. It didn't even take me 10 minutes for me to read it for the first time. Everything in this book tends to be really fast. It's 550 pages long, which seems like it'd be a long collection, but it's got 100 short stories, which means that's an average of 5.5 pages each, and this is like 3.5 pages. So it's a super fast short story. And if I were to take up, 10 minutes to review it, that would be doing you a disrespect. It's not available online. I did a little bit of a search since it is 1985. The author for this, Barry Malzberg, he was born in 1939. He's still alive. He mainly publishes science fiction and fantasy, so he is in the speculative fiction genre. He's published a lot of novels. His primary output is novels. He does have a Wikipedia page, so I did some research on him, since this is the first time I reviewed anything by Malzberg, and or read anything by him for that matter. And he has more than 50 novels published outside of the Lone Wolf series, and then he's published, I think, like maybe 12 or 15 novels in the Lone Wolf series too. So that's another, bunch of novels. So he's written, at least half a dozen novels. And most of those are science fiction and fantasy. And this is a horror short story that was written for a horror collection in '85. And again, it's called Away. It stars, its main character is actually a person who you might have heard of before. It's the guy in Iowa who founded Grinnell College, Josiah Bushnell Grinnell. So you're going to open up and it's going to say, "My name is Josiah Bushnell Grinnell." He read in 1953 something by Horace Greeley, who was one of the biggest abolitionists of the day, who owned the New York Tribune. A thing about going west, young man, and moving to Iowa. So he decides to move to Iowa. He didn't realize that it was actually a guy from Indiana who said it, that Horace Greeley was kind of a fan. If he'd known that, he would have moved to Indiana rather than Iowa. He becomes a big name in Iowa, and he's killed in 1854. And so you'll follow along with what happened, what's going on now with the founder of Grinnell College, and what's happening with him now. And this is very much a horror short story with a lot of horror tropes. It's in the ghost story genre, definitely, which most of these short stories are. Although there are a few that aren't, that are outside that genre that I've read so far. But for the most part, pretty much everything in this collection is. It was well written by Malzberg, and I did like it. I give it a 7 out of 10. It's well done. It's well crafted. It's definitely, and this is a guy who's been writing for a long time. By the time he's writing this short story in '85, and he has a lot of things, to his credit. It's not the best short story I've ever read. It may not even be the best short story that Malzberg has read. But it works. I wasn't bored. I was enthused. It was my, so I enjoyed it for last night while reading it. And it was my second favorite short story I read last night while I was reading several of them. Although my favorite one doesn't have a Wikipedia page, and that was Attorney for the Damned. But there you are. It's 3.5 pages long. I enjoyed it, so 7 out of 10. It's in this collection. It's the third short story in this collection. And there you are. And that's Barry and Malzberg for you. So we'll go ahead and leave it to you there. I've added a new writer to the canon. Alrighty, have you read this short story or anything else by Malzberg? What did you think of it? Did you like it or dislike it? Just let me know in the comments below. I would be happy to engage you with it further. If you enjoyed this review, please feel encouraged to hit that subscribe button, because there's going to be a lot more of these to follow. And finally, hey, I just want to thank you for taking some time out of your day and investing it and watching my videos. We all have so many things that are happening, right? And we're being pulled in so many different directions. So the fact you spent this time with me is incredibly humbling, and I appreciate it. Thanks again, and have a great day.